here today. If you found yourself here, there may be a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, or simply information. Today, I would like to talk about how strong we've been. Sometimes we have to hold true to what our beliefs are, even when we're shifting, and it seems to be that's the focus. Shifting, but also recognizing how hard you've worked along this journey and the challenges of life. You see, it's not easy. Shifting within you and remembering what hurts, that pain. But just know you are powerful, and the flow of life, the universal force, inside of you knows that you are strong. Remember our roots, our oak trees. It helps us with our peace and our trust. Trust within, trusting that guidance, trusting that the struggles were not wasted. And know the grounds you walk on are steady because you surrendered to divine. And I'm sitting with Kuan again. She's a beautiful force to be reckoned with, or to be blessed with sitting in her guidance and in her divine, because we surrender to all. But we're strong and we're true to our inner knowing. Enough. We say we are enough. Our lives have been enough, and we are recognizing that we are fierce and we are loved. We're protected, of course, and that sound resonating within us and vibrating within us, meaning we know what's inside of us. We are powerful and strong enough because we have courage. We are stronger than we realize because that strength came from courage, hope, faith, and we're releasing fear. We all know about our protective shields, and if we don't, we do now. Just remember, putting those barriers around you are a blessing and a guidance to our self-healing, self-care, which is our sacred place to be. That's where we reside. We always ask that we say some prayers. We can always just ask to be free from pain, and maybe our lives are more free. We have free will choices, and we're happy. We can always ask that we are guided to our freedom. And what does that mean? Self-care is sacred. No one can take that from you. We hold ourselves hostage, but there's no need to do that. We have peaceful waters ahead of us. We learn to resolve conflict within, so externally, it's not void of conflict. It just helps us find resolution and healing inside with joy. The fact that we begin to live our journey means we found peace. Reality is just finding peace, resolution to what is. And every moment of our path, meaning our journey, where struggles or conflict arise, know that any situation and or experience in life is the journey. But we know where our oak tree is, and our vibrations, meaning inside truth and harmony inside of you, it's unity with self. We feel ourselves and we recognize ourselves today that we are all unique individuals on our journey of peace and maybe some spiritual light within. There's nothing that can be bought that's more priceless than ourselves, because there's no price on peace, but being yourself is priceless. Entering your sacred temple of self, self-care, free of conflict within, Because as we sit with Kuan here, maybe we write down our thoughts, we write down the pain, and we remove it from our body simply by pushing that energy outside. It doesn't mean we forget. We have then divine love incorporated and integrated, meaning we're finding peace. The energy is more high level, meaning not as much density, or maybe not so many rock-like feelings or sharp corners or edges, but we can feel inside. Inside, we've transformed. We have self-worth and we feel the healing. We ask that we transform negativity into light with compassion. Anything that causes discomfort, we grow and we have more light within, because remember, the light's always on at home, our home base, and our family and friends, ancestors and guides are always there with the light on. I currently have a candle lit, and the flicker of it is so peaceful, symbolic of inside. Sometimes trauma needs to be melted away. Sometimes we wish it away, but it's an internal job to push it with our guides outside of our body, mind, and soul. You see, it's like a pearl we talked about before. It can be any shape, size, color, and texture, but it's valuable because it's you. You're born to succeed, not struggle. We can get through any adversity and any challenge with wisdom. Suffering can lead to growth, but suffering in silence leads to more pain. That's why we make room for it sometimes, and we don't know how to get rid of it. Or we forget it's there, it just keeps piling in. Remember, they're silent partners that don't pay rent, so we don't need to host them. We can put them outside of our body and see the changes in what we wish to see. We don't get caught up in the suffering anymore because we have options to heal. Pearls like ourselves are rare. There's not one person alive that's so much like somebody else. So why would we choose to be somebody else? Because we're unique, and our body makeup and our temples are perfectly aligned. And yes, beautiful. Beautiful and rare. So dance in your unique essence today. You were born to succeed and achieve your goals. And what is that? Love. Finding love, being compassionate, collaborating to the point of what? Blissful moments. Supporting is important, supporting each other, being one with self, feeling supported, or maybe it's symbolic of feeling like you can care for yourself without judgment of others. You see, our heart chakras are built around divine, the divine mother, divine feminines, consciously aware of the heartbeat because you were born from a mother. So you know what that feels like, and maybe you have that spiritual thirst to dance with that heartbeat of self, meaning self-care, the union, coming back to love. And that's why we have a lot of mothers of divine here, reminding us to do that dance. And even if the dance with the mother that brought you into the world wasn't divine, we're here to support you, holding your hand and holding you in sacred care, knowing that you were born out of love and we're holding you to feel loved, nurtured, cared for, and dancing with an essence that makes you feel good. It's okay to feel pain, and you are recognized for being courageous. Just remember that loving unconditionally, including yourself, is important this lifetime, because without that, we just simply hand it down to our children to figure it out. I had that conversation with my son today, my youngest, meaning mom doesn't always have to figure things out, does she? Like she doesn't want to anymore. But they're so used to us figuring things out. I've had to, I believe, since I was 3. Figure it out. And I figured it out. Some things I don't want to figure out. It's not my lane, and we can choose to say no. We don't have to struggle to figure it out. We have the answers. And just when you think you're going to break and literally pull your hair out because you don't want to figure it out and you give up hope, there's the blessing. There's the answer to just do nothing and sit with the answers because they have arrived. And then we learn to breathe in, breathe out, head to toe, finishing the healing and the prayer work, because maybe the tears were rolling and the answer arrived. We don't always have to get to tear level. Sometimes we miss all the signals and the cues, and sometimes it's so divinely orchestrated, comes out of your own children's mouth, wisdom flowing from their lips. Imagine that. And then moments after that arrive, my oldest called, needed some assistance. It was actually profoundly interesting. The battery on his vehicle didn't work. So guess what? Mama Bear drove over and gave him a charge. That was funny. It reminded me of a heart charge. Maybe he just needed a hug and God had a plan. My ex-husband came out and it was funny. I mean, not really, but they Googled it and figured out that which one didn't want the charge from charging the batteries. It was funny. Nobody needed to go into defib to charge the hearts today, but it was a family team effort and we all got charged up with our hearts today. Funny how Kuan always has that way of compassion, just doing the dance and living in a space creating compassion, love, care, dissipating trauma, dissipating hard times, and working as a team, bringing families together and having children realize everybody can have a heart ping and laugh, charging the batteries, no matter what situation. And yes, divorce can be peaceful, and sometimes it takes years. Magical, right? God is funny. It's interesting. You see the light within everybody today, and the sun was gorgeous on a fall day. And everybody not only got an emoji heart, but a smile in their heart. It's sort of a celestial moment of feeling, wow, interesting how time changes things and evolves. Children see things, we hear things from our children, and you make peace with your past. Soon after that, joyous moments and maybe some tears roll on. You see, that's ascension. There's no need for trauma. There's no need for shame or grief. There's no need for guilt because we've all grown. Well, hopefully we all grew. But there's recognition that you see harmony within a team that you created children with. It takes a lot of effort, and God is funny. You can't make it up, and we don't want to try. Because when things need to happen, divine shows up, and the nurturing mothers. I even believe my ex-husband mother, his mother was there. As you know, I was going through my dad's things and my great-grandparents. It reminded me a lot about her too, as she passed. divine mothers. She was a saint, giving us power, allowing us to heal with compassion, feeling empowered, dancing with divine in a whole new situation. Now we all deserve love. We all deserve healing. And we all deserve to show our children that we can evolve, grow, and through sometimes difficult situations or one that God creates to make it funny, but yet have compassion with lightness. The grace that we received today was a blessing. And yes, we danced. Well, I did, as I drove away and watched the two of them drive off. It was funny, but it makes you realize how we all evolve. And there's no fierce moments that are required because it was a short stop and a dance with divine that will last through eternity. The children are happier and they see compassion, they see love, and they go off and do their thing. Interesting, right? It was almost symbolic of knowing that love is there for all of us and we all will find love, and you can release the last remnants of maybe what were there long time ago. Just charging up some batteries, or maybe charging your heart up, knowing you're releasing anything remaining. And the children can see the guidance, recognize that patience sure is a virtue. And God is funny. God is good. Remember, we dance. Sometimes we have music inside of us or outside of us. Maybe we just do that happy dance because we released what no longer serves. We support each other today, family and friends, knowing that we are believing in our stories. Who we are is who we came here to be. We heal what no longer serves, and we are grateful for the journey. We don't need to sit in pain for much longer now that we have the tools to release them. We are always guided to a higher truth. We are allowed to create the change we wish to see in our world, and we dance in the essence of it. We ask that everybody maybe hold your loved ones, your children, or your fur baby's hands, or pause today. And yes, maybe pause for a moment and just say thank you. Thank you for the understanding. Thank you for the compassion. Thank you for the grace and the guidance. Without that, a lot of us would still be in trauma if we didn't take heed to notice that we were suffering in silence, or maybe had the jaws of life take us out of pain. We wouldn't be where we are. The energy is lighter, and maybe the flowers and the blossoms are more beautiful and spectacular. And maybe we create things naturally now because we have the power within and we recognize it, and we are given recognition for our hard efforts. God is always happy, and all the nurturing mothers are here divinely saying thank you. And we must give thanks and praise to God, the Almighty, the universe, Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, all the Mother Marys, Mother Teresas, all the nurturing mothers, and yes, our healers and guides. And we thank our loved ones resting at peace, and they thank us too. Resting in peace just means they can heal, transform their trauma back to heart center, and live. And when we heal our families. We also heal our loved ones, and we're aligned to our peace, joy, happiness, and harmony. And we are worthy of this love. And don't ever forget it. We are worthy of love. We deserve love, and we dance within it. Don't forget who you are, even if you forget once in a while because somebody decided to say something different. Know that our luck is always there, meaning reach out to hope, faith, and be courageous. Dance like nobody's looking, but really we shouldn't care. Because if you're dancing freely in your free will choices, it should make you happy. We all can take lessons in life with anything, but who's your guide? Where's your guidance? And just know, if it depletes you, it's not for you. It's time to let go. And if it brings you peace or maybe transformation, those pings that challenge you, those are good too. Challenging, maybe sticky or tricky situations to plummet you into your next level of peace or joy or happiness or creativity, well, those are okay too. Take a few moments to consider areas in your life that you'd like to have some growth, some healing, or maybe just drop down to prayer today. We always want to say thank you for the many blessings that we have been given, the hope that we have inside, the healing that we're creating, and our guides are helping assist in moving forward, and also that we have love. Love is the highest vibration to help us heal. Releasing what no longer serves makes room for love, inside and outside, co-creating with divine and people in mind that you wish to co-create with or cohabitate with. It's magical moments, and boomeranging back, I can feel it. God and your team, your spiritual team and advisors are recognizing the growth within, and they're so happy, and I can feel the tears. It really makes me want to cry because it's beautiful. You all are courageous and you're on the right path. That means we're going to have a better future, and we're showing our children our pain, and that's okay to talk about it. I'll just share one more thing my son said when I was expressing some pain today, and he got angry because it is a lot of pain and trauma we've been through, and he was feeling some anger himself because he wasn't sure how to fix it. And then right away he took it on himself as if it was his fault. It wasn't his fault. You see, we have some things to work on because he shouldn't take on anybody else's trauma because he's also an empath. I let him know he was loved by God and it's not his fault, and that he doesn't have to fix everything. I was just letting him know that was my expectation, and I had to do that when I was small, and he didn't like to hear that. He's very logical too, but a big teddy bear. He wanted to fix my pain at that moment, and I told him his hugs were priceless. But I could see the pain in his energy field and in his brain process. You see, he has his own pain inside. He's also an old soul, and we talk about the healing journey from timelines ago. And none of this is his fault, but a journey. And sometimes we dance with the journey within and with our children, letting them know, yes, we're the same family and we go through pain, but some of it's his journey and some of it's mine, and some of it actually is a journey together through time. You see, love transcends time. We will always love each other no matter what. And when you have children and challenging situations with maybe ex-partner, it's difficult for them to understand. Sometimes we don't always divulge the truth, and then when they get older, they're shocked. But they always know that you're solid, whether you're the mama bear, the papa bear, or the mama lion, the daddy lion. We protect our children. And when we love wholeheartedly, sometimes we express it and it's painful. The truth shall set you free, and then you can heal from it, expressing the disappointments and letting them know it wasn't their fault, that they are loved. And now we know we have some work to do so they can grow. And when you heal yourself, parents, your children can see that on your heart, in your heart, and when you give them hugs, knowing that they are loved. They don't have to take on your karma or your pain to fix it. Just recognize it's there, but you're safe and you're going to be okay, and so are they. That's what they fear, you see, that they're not safe. But that's not always true because you're expressing pain and dissatisfaction, and maybe trauma is dissipating, and they're just witnessing the healing. And there's a difference. Allowing them to voice their pain and what they're experiencing, meaning they can't fix things. I remember trying to do that when I was little too. I saw a lot of trauma. I heard a lot of yelling, but I saw love with my grandparents. You see, that's what brings it home every time. The oak tree, the calm, the smelling of the cinnamon or the strudel, the bread, breaking bread, maybe prayer work. It's always symbolic to safety, knowing where home base is, knowing that you're loved, and if something comes about, you can heal it with prayer and faith and hope, because that gives us courage to change the things we wish to see in the world, and also courage to survive the trauma that we have inside. That's what it's all about, healing that pain. And when it comes up, we just sit with it and wait, even if it's our children expressing their pain inside that's been built up too, even though we're healing and we have healed a lot of it, allowing them to go through it too, and then boomeranging love back. Because we've healed, we wish for them to heal and do it sooner than later. Then they can make some proper choices and maybe not go through all the pain we did because they see what happened. They want to make better choices. Interesting, right? My son even mentioned he loved being, like a puppy stepdad. And he wanted to know if it was appropriate to be a stepdad. And I said, well, look at Grandpa. He was a good stepdad. You just know him as Grandpa. He looked at me and yes, he put that together like, oh, right. Because all he knew was Grandpa gave him love. And he was a male figure for him that gave him love. To me, we don't have to use labels. It's who was there as a masculine to show you love. But he didn't always have his dad in his life. So somebody showed him love. But yet there's a lacking in between inside of him. And now he feels like he's grown and he offers advice as if he's a stepdad or wishes to have a puppy, and I think he will someday. And if he chooses to marry somebody, I said that would be beautiful. You can love somebody because you have so much love inside of you. And if you marry somebody with children, you have to be the best stepdad possible because they will look at you like daddy or father. Maybe they won't have one either, and you can share your experiences to heal them. Love. Remember, family and friends, it's everything. It's not just love. It is everything. So, with that said, I'd like to extend you the support. I will be also moving over mostly to one of my channels, Infinite Intuitive 88 on YouTube. If you wish to join me there, that's where you'll see a lot of it. I will do both for now until we move over, and as I build my other platforms to teach and heal We will do some healing and we'll do some teaching and maybe some lives down the road. But this is a start, and we have free will choice to decide. But I hope to see you there, and maybe we'll do some lives. Infinite Intuitive 88. Also, my website, hopehealing.me. Take care of you, family, and friends, because you matter. And enjoy your sacred space of healing and the ones you love, because they matter. Just be open and listen. Eyes closed, ears open, and maybe eyes open and ears closed. Just hugs, or just read their energy to see what they need, without words or with words. It's about love. Love is what will make our world a better place. Love inside, healing what hurts, and showing your family and your loved ones that you can love without words, listening, observing, allowing the healing process to flow. And that will give you the dance of intimacy with yourself, and allow yourself to love and do the dance with somebody special. Take care of you, family and friends, because you matter. And so it is. Namaste.